What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have you all here with me today. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you about career and finances, live from Kaiser Permanente Hospital. I'm fine. I'm totally good. I'm just doing a little rest and recuperation for my lungs, but all is good. I have plenty of energy and so much time to kill, so I decided it was a good time to do these readings for you. So do keep in mind these are general messages. That means not everything I say is going to resonate with all the Capricorns out there. Please only take away messages for your best and highest good, and you will know intuitively what those are. If you want more messages or are seeking more clarity on the things I present you with here today, feel free to check out that Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Ooh, you got poppers already. It's the unknown card. All right, we're going to keep that in mind. If you don't know how to check out that Sun, Moon, Rising sign, go ahead and click on the link in the description box below. It'll help you generate your birth chart and get that information. It's all free. In that description box below will be everything else you need to know about this video, including the decks I'm using, as well as my social media channels. Check those out. I am The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Let's see what we can get for your career and finance spread, Capricorn. So, your energy is Page of Cups. All right. So that can sometimes be a card of creativity. For some of the Capricorns, it's questioning, are you happy with where you're at? Are you content to stay in the status quo, or is it time to... I'm actually getting to have a conversation with someone maybe about your future career, about your, like your long-term career plan. So maybe it's with a boss or even just with a coworker, like sitting down and maybe getting advice from them. And it comes from a place of like just level with me, if that makes sense. Like sharing your vulnerability and your emotions. Pages are frequently children, but what's coming through here is getting vulnerable. Not being in this space of I have to come off as so professional, or I shouldn't say this or that. And I mean, I knowing you, Capricorn, you will be professional, but it's kind of like getting real. Not being so self-conscious or self-aware of how you sound. It's complete honesty about where you stand emotionally at your job. Six of Swords, yeah. So is it time to move on? This is the card of moving on because the swords representing lessons or knowledge we've learned. We've learned all that we can, so now we're ready to move on and we don't have to hold on to any type of hang-ups or I don't want to say emotional baggage, but yeah, it's the idea of that there's new information to be gained elsewhere. Where you're currently at, you're just not learning anything new. That's what's coming up here. And so maybe you don't know where you stand in terms of your future at this current workplace. Maybe you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells around your boss or your coworkers. Or maybe it's like a complete secret that you're not happy there, but you're finally maybe letting one or two people in on like the secret of, hey, I'm thinking about looking elsewhere. This could be putting out your resume in new places or going on interviews, right? But there is something sort of disheartening about this. So for many of you Capricorns, it may be that you're at a place that you saw great potential in a future there, but now you're maybe getting either mixed messages or just there's uncertainty. There's the unknown of if you're going to continue to stay there. So what is your challenge? The Two of Cups. So typically a card of new relationships, meeting a counterpart. For some of you, this is being more invested in your person than you are in your job, so that if something were to come up where your partner needs to relocate, you would be down to go with them because ultimately you're not all that satisfied with your job or where you're at. So it's almost like your joy at the moment is coming from the solid relationships or even friendships that you have in your life. I'm just getting it's not really in the workplace. Maybe you don't have a work bestie, or maybe the relationships you have at work, they're very sterile and cold and professional, and you're seeking fun in that you want like the work family environment, right? Where you come to work and you grab coffee with your bestie and this and that. I'm just sensing that some of you are desiring this and you don't have it. And yeah, I mean, it is coming up as your challenge. So for some of you, it has, how I was saying, if you're with a partner or a person and you're more invested in their future and goals, this is sort of waking you up, Capricorn, to being like, but where is your love for the job, if that makes sense? Like what is going to emotionally satisfy you in terms of the work you're doing. Maybe you want to explore a new career. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe you realize you've been an accountant your whole life and your heart just isn't in it anymore. But it's like, it's almost like a metaphor for what or who do you want to exchange cups with, cups being emotion. What job can you invest your heart in and equally feel like something is being reciprocated back to you? It's about fulfillment in your job. I hope that lands for some of you. Being clarified by the Fool. Starting anew, a brand new chapter, a brand new journey. Some of you, I think, this could also represent meeting with your boss, like the idea of let's go grab a coffee and talk about your future. Some of you may be leveling up and being like, hey, listen, like, I was told after 3 years I was going to get a promotion, but this isn't happening. Like, I'm ready to walk. Again, the idea of being vulnerable and brutally honest, almost the way children don't have a filter, that's sort of what's coming up here. But you have 2 cards of similar vibes. Starting a brand new chapter, no mental, emotional baggage from the past, and walking away. New information, new ideas, new adventures to be had. Very interesting, Capricorn. All right. So what is going to be helpful to you to get through this phase, whatever? Ace of Wands. Well, a couple things here. For those who are in a happy, satisfying relationship, continuing that passion, right? That's the happy boner card, right? Also, where does your passion lie? Where do you want to grow? How do you want to grow? What direction do you want to grow in? Figuring out and getting a really clear, solid idea of how you want to build and grow from here. Is it with this company? Is it with this boss? Is it in your current partnership? This could be a business partnership. Is this person putting in the 110% that you are, right? Is there equal amounts of love and distribution? Whether it's a person or, again, that the metaphor of your job being the person you love. Do you love your job, Capricorn? Is there enough passion to keep the relationship thriving, right? Being clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, the card of building. Who do you want to build with? What do you want to build? How do you see yourself growing in the future? This sounds like a conversation your boss would be having with you, right? All these kind of like ridiculous work questions of where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's what this is saying. It's where do you want to build? How do you envision your future? Brick by brick, where are you building this path? Where does it lead, right? And I'm just getting there's disharmony here, right? If we're looking at a relationship, if this is representing you, Capricorn, male or female, right? And this is your work, you have your back turned to it. You're not on the same page. And I mean, again, this could be a romantic relationship, but for most of you, I don't think it is. The idea of 3 third-party energy, if you will, there's something else that has your attention. It's no longer this job, right? Or this task or this coworker or whatever. You're kind of doing something on your own, and I think you're looking to build and grow off or go in another direction, if you will. That's sort of what I'm getting. So because this is your help, again, get really clear on what inspires you, where you want to grow. Does it involve traveling? And I'm just getting, what does that future look like in a very practical sense? The tangible of even getting down to like the details and the data of the numbers. How much do I make? Can I afford to move here? How much is my rent? How much does this house cost? Can I afford to buy a new car? It's looking at things very practically, Capricorn, which you're good at, but also blending that with what inspires you, what excites you. Are you having fun? That theme has come up a lot recently, and that kind of makes sense because we're in Leo season, that fire, passionate energy. Are you having fun, Capricorn, or has this work become so mundane that maybe it's time to move on? Maybe. So what is your advice or guidance, Capricorn? The King of Swords, absolutely. Aquarian energy, know your truth, right? Stand up for your thoughts, sword energy, what you believe in. And again, the analysis and data, I think a lot of this has to do with planning. Before you just decide to rip the Band-Aid off and sort of jump off the ledge, if you will, the way a fool does, which is good. We like the Fool card. But before you completely sever ties, which is what this could be, look at it very analytically, make a smart move. Don't just cut it off in the heat of the moment, right? In maybe outrage and passion or whatever that is, tempers maybe, flying back and forth, that you're caught in your emotions because you may not be happy here. This to me is saying, yeah, be very logical and something about precise with your actions and decision. But the King of Swords is a warrior, right? He fights for what he believes in, and he will fight to get to the job or the career that he knows he is destined to do, right? Now, in a higher vibration, the King of Swords is a very fair, just person. He wouldn't put somebody in an awkward predicament, right? Or do something, again, work unprofessional, right? He's going to fight for his thoughts and for what he believes in because that is most important, but he's a just ruler, right? He makes decisions that are fair and grounded in logic. So being clarified by temperance, absolutely balance. Balancing the heart and the head. And that's what we were saying here. It's balancing the tangible, like the reality, versus like the dreamy idea, the passion behind it. Temperance can also be about healing yourself too. So if some of you are kind of going through this struggling situation, which would have to do with being uncertain about your future, this is like saying just breathe, take a step back, take care of yourself, get enough sleep at night, diet, exercise, do wellness for your body. But it's also the angel of love, right? It's supposed to be representative of, the Archangel Michael. Make sure there's love and passion in your decision. Make sure it's a healthy decision. I don't really know what that would mean, but that just came through here for some of you. This decision of the unknown, if some of you are struggling with it, it's going to come from a place or at a time when you are in balance, when you are in peace, when you are in harmony. Some of you, this has to do with, it's a card of moderation, but also the temperance, to refrain from drinking. I'm not phrasing this well, but if some of you are frustrated, you may be overindulging. Again, either with friends or a partner, a glass of wine turns into a bottle of wine. Some of you, this is a stickler card for be healthier. You need to be making healthy decisions so that you don't come to regret them later, if that makes sense. I'd be dealing with a Sagittarius or an Aquarius. This could represent your boss too. For those who have to have a difficult conversation with their boss, I actually like that this card is coming up because, again, he's a fair ruler. If you speak openly, professionally, but openly about what's on your mind, about where your heart is at, and if you're still committed to this, your boss will understand. Do it in a tactful way, Capricorn, but I'm just getting he's not a dictator, especially because this king is being clarified by temperance, healing, balance, heart and head. There's a good blending of what needs to, or a good blending of the qualities that would make a good boss, essentially. So I'm either getting that if you're dreading a conversation, it's not going to be that bad, but this could also represent the idea of wanting to be your own boss, wanting that power. But again, it has to come from a very stable, grounded relationship. Your emotions, your head and your heart need to be in balance, okay? All right, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. I hope that resonates for some of you out there. Let me know in the comments below what resonated with you. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon for more tarot readings. All the best to you. Bye.